The Rams are now 11-4 after a loss in the Sean McVay era since 2017. So odds are they were going to win anyway, just because they know how to bounce back. We outgained them in total yards. We had our best rushing day of the season. We had the more than 75 or more rushing yards in the game for the first time this season. We averaged more yards per play than the Rams. We just can't put points on the board. Giants have scored fewer than 10 points in 2 consecutive games for the first time since weeks 3 and 4 of 2013. We all know what happened there. We started like 0-7, 0-6, something like that. Fun fact, the Yankees have scored more runs in their 3 postseason baseball games than the Giants have scored in their first 3 NFL games. Yikes, I don't think that's improved after the Rams game. We have now not scored a touchdown since the fourth quarter of week 2 against the Bears. So we've now gone 2 games without a touchdown. Whoa, dude, whoa. So other than the 1 interception, Jones played about as good as you can from a turnover standpoint. He did have a fumble, but he recovered it. And, the interception was just trying to make a play happen. And I don't think that was, that bad. His 30 giveaways since 2019 are second most in the NFL. So still an issue, still a problem. Giants gave up 5 sacks. If I were to tell you that, and I'd say, who do you think from the Rams came up with those majority of those 5 sacks? You'd probably say Aaron Donald. And guess what? You'd be wrong. Aaron Donald only had half a sack. And he only had 2 assisted tackles. So you can like get angry at Nick Gates, the center, and Hernandez, the guard, and Zeitler, the other guard, interior line, and, say they're not doing their job. They stink. They've regressed. But they also kept Aaron Donald, an all-pro defensive tackle, in check. I mean, I was seriously concerned that he might hurt Daniel Jones at some point in this game, and the line kind of held its own. Now, you can make the argument that, they were able to subdue or take Aaron Donald out of the game, but that allowed for other defenders to make plays. Morgan Fox with a sack and a tackle for loss. Looks like Samson Ebukam with half a sack. Justin Hollins with a sack. Michael Brockers with a sack. So, that's what Donald does. You try and double or triple team him. You're leaving a couple guys open. And so I think that's what happened with the pass rush. 5 sacks allowed. It's not good. Our third down efficiency, 30%, still not like where I think we'd like it to be. Need to be a little better there. The Rams were held to 38%, which, considering the Rams are like, when I was giving my preview of the Rams game last week, that was a concern, was like how good they are on third down. So 38%, all things considered, not too bad. Still needs to be down below that. We won the time of possession battle, but we had those costly penalties. The Rams only had 1 penalty. So even though I could have called like probably half a dozen penalties, it seems like the refs are letting holdings go this year on both sides. Like, just let it go, I mean, I was watching the Bucks-Bears game last night, and it was like on one drive, there were like 6 flags, 7 flags. It's like, this is unwatchable. Jones is 23, 36, 190 in the pick. And if you're thinking, oh man, he's done for, you're stick a fork in him, like he's over. The Rams have held 3 of 4 opposing quarterbacks to 1 or fewer passing touchdowns this season. That Rams secondary, that Rams defense in the secondary is elite. And so, I mean, Jones has gone up. I mean, we'll get to this in a little bit, but the defenses he's gone up against are no laughing matter. Like, the best of the best. So, and he's still producing okay numbers. Wayne Gallman led the rushing attack, but it's mostly because of that one long 22-yard gain, I think. Jones, again, 6 carries, 45 yards. Love to see it. Devonta Freeman, 11 carries, 33 yards. He averaged 3. Okay. You know what? As long as it's above a 3 or above, I'm fine with it. It's better than nothing. Slayton, yet again, he's not catching a lot of his targets. 7 targets, only 3 catches, 48 yards. And I think 33 of them came on that one play. So it's like, is that kind of the norm for him moving forward? Is he just the one big play per game type of guy, or is he going to be more consistent and reliable? Devonta Freeman, 4 catches, 35 yards, which is, if we can get, I like that. If we can get 50 or more, 50 to 100 scrimmage yards, total yards from Freeman per game, we'll be in a good spot. Evan Engram, 6 catches, 35 yards on 10 targets. Damian Ratley seems to be coming around now. 4 targets, 3 catches, 34 yards. He had that nice, beautiful dig route that Joe Judge broke down on the Joe Judge report, where, if you're looking at it from Daniel Jones' perspective, he unbelievable placement of the ball, knowing that they were breaking it down. Ratley wasn't even in the freaking frame yet, in the screen yet, and Jones had released the ball and hit him right in stride. So, that plays like that give me all the confidence in the world, Daniel Jones. They do. Because he's making the tough throws in tight windows and being extremely accurate. Was he not? He wasn't accurate on the one tight window, the biggest play in the fourth quarter on the last drive. Sure. But most passes, most attempts, he's putting it where he needs to. Impressive throws. So no Trevor Lawrence, please. Golden Tate, 6 targets, 4 catches, 20 yards. Yeah, he was, I feel like he's going to be gone. I feel like they're going to trade him to anyone who will take him, basically, because I don't know that he's really giving us anything on offense. Caden Smith, 1 target, 1 catch, 10 yards. They need to get him more involved. Instead of 10 targets to Evan, can we give 3 targets to Caden, 4 targets to Caden? And would like to see Dion Lewis get a little more involved in the passing game. CJ Board. Is he the number 4? It seems like Ratley's the number 4 now, because CJ Board had 1 carry for 1 target, no catches. He had 1 carry for 3 yards or something like that. So it's hard to see what the coaches saw in him to make a move for him and get rid of Corey Coleman. I'm still hung up on that. I don't even know where Corey Coleman ended up. Possibly nowhere, but it's still interesting to see how these players that we acquired last minute, it's like, is this what you expected? Blake Martinez, he had another just incredible game, outstanding game, exceptional. 8 solos, 5 assists, 1 tackle for loss. He's just all over the place and doing everything we've ever asked for and more. Anyone who's criticized the signing pretty much can take a seat and simmer down now and zip her up, because this guy is doing exactly what we needed. And we just need to find a nice complementary linebacker next to him to round out our crew. Logan Ryan, again, another amazing signing. 4 solo tackles, a pass defended. Kyler Fackrell had a sack and 3 tackles for loss. He had a big day, although he did not end up getting hurt. I think Marcus Golden had to come in. Leonard Williams, 3 solos, 2 assists. Bradberry, another awesome game. 3 solos, 1 assist, and a fumble recovery on the Austin Johnson hit. He was there, and Joe Judge, of course, broke down that play and was like, he loved how Bradberry got in the fetal position on the ball. Dexter Lawrence, 3 solos, 3 assists, 1 tackle for loss. Love to see him get some more playing time. And then Austin Johnson had a sack and a tackle for loss. Austin Johnson somewhat redeeming himself from the bad Bears game. Gano was perfect from the field. Riley Dixon, another, superb game, punting the ball. 5 punts, 43.2 average, 2 inside the 20 with a long of 50. Corey Ballentine only had 1 return, but it was for 27 yards. So good to see that he's seeing the field more. And Golden Tate, possibly averaged 10 yards a return. So he's still an asset in the punt return game.